When I had started streaming in the beginning of 2022, I had originally set out to be to play Warzone, like a lot of other people. I watched a lot of Dr. Disrespect, and I just thought it looked like fun. So with no expectations, I jumped in and started messing around, and I quickly realized that I would rather eat off my own junk than play Warzone on a daily basis. So, but I kept streaming, and I kept finding new games to play. And one thing that I have learned over the last 3 years or so is that, wow, going on 4 years now, 3 or 4 years now or so, is that there's not that many new games that excite me anymore. There's not that many new games that I just cannot wait to wake up and play. And this is bringing me to a bigger point that I'm going to make. Arc Raiders is that game. Arc Raiders is that game. I did not get to play it during the original tech test 2. And what's crazy is that I actually had a chance to play it. I had a buddy of mine who actually sent me a key, a Steam key for the game, and I just for whatever reason never heard of the game. Just assumed it was like a lot of other games that people offer me, that it wouldn't be something that I would be into. So I kind of ignored it, and I messed up. I messed up because by the time I got wind of how good this game was, it was too late. He had already given the key to someone else, rightfully so. So I didn't get to play the tech test, and I was kicking myself in the butt. But then I started watching videos. I started watching videos on Arc Raiders, and I started to slowly but very surely fall in love with this game. And I got addicted. I got straight up addicted. And then, like everyone else, I think it was in May, everyone was expecting the game to shadow drop. And I believe it was May or June. Maybe it was June. People were expecting the game to shadow drop, and I was live streaming the event whenever we were expecting the shadow drop. And then when they announced that the game was coming out on October 30th, almost 5 months later, it was gut-wrenching. It was literally gut-wrenching. I sat in front of my camera during my live stream and didn't say a word for like 5 minutes. It was bad. And I went into a gaming depression for weeks, and I still had my ups and downs. Like nothing sounded fun, because even without playing the game, and I know how corny this sounds, even without playing the game ever once, it felt like my favorite game of all time. I know that's weird. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And but then all the hype just got zapped out of me, like a lot of other people. And then, but I just kept watching videos, and I was very upset. I kept watching videos, and I've been struggling for the last 5 months to find games that made me excited to play them. It's been a long time since I've had that feeling. And then came the server slam test last weekend on October 17th to the 19th. And even though it was just a few days, and even though only I think they said 10 or 15% of the game was actually available, it still made me feel like I haven't felt in years. Because I get it. I get what the game is. I know what it's trying to do. And one of the main reasons I'm making this video is because I've seen a lot of people complain about a lot of things for the server slam test, and some of it is justified from the sense of, well, let me start here. A lot of people are complaining about the arc machines, that they're too tough, and they don't want to fight machines. They want to do PvP. And here's what I'll say to those people. And Arc Raiders, Embark, if you hear this, for the love of everything holy, do not budge on the Arc Raiders issue, or on the arc machines issue. Do not budge on the difficulty of these arc machines. The only thing that makes this game special are the arc machines. The second those machines become trivial, or something that are kind of tough, but you can kind of deal with it without having to really consider your options. The second that happens, that game's dead. The second that happens, the game's dead. It's very important that those arc machines are to be feared at all times. It's crucial to the dynamic of the game. It keeps tension topside the whole time. That's what makes the game so special. I would say, you know, they're labeling it as a PvPvE. I actually think it's a PvEvP. You know, because everybody wants the PvP to be the main aspect, and then some people actually just want either PvP or PvE, but they don't want both. But I think they've struck gold here. I think they've struck a magical balance. And look, I'm sure there are things that people could debate me on and say that there's things that need to be further balanced, and some of those things have been addressed recently, where people were complaining that the arc machines were still seeing them when they were behind bushes and things like that, and that is a problem. And apparently that's already going to be addressed before launch, where if you're behind a bush or behind a tree, you know, if you're somewhere where the arc machine shouldn't see you, then I agree, obviously it shouldn't see you. But for the love of everything holy, embark, stick to your guns. When I go topside, when I'm running around and I see a leaper, or I see a rocketeer, or I see a bastion, I want to either have the tools available and know that I have the tools available to take this machine on, or have cover where I can get out if I need to, or I need to make the decision just to avoid these things, just to avoid them, because I know that they'll kill me. Having to make those decisions makes it feel like a survival game. It makes it feel like it is about the arc machines, which it should be. And the PvP is kind of secondary, but that just adds another extra layer of tension to the game. So please do not change this game. Please do not give in to the crybabies. Please keep it exactly the way it is, and just keep expanding on your original vision. And I think that's the main point of this video. Look, this is my first time making a video like this. You know, as the game launches, I do want to make other videos on it. I do stream on Rumble Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. The link to my channel is down in the description. But I just wanted to hop on here for a minute and make my first kind of official Arc Raiders video where I'm actually talking about the game. And I cannot wait to keep making content about with this game. I cannot wait until October 30th, where I can get in there and learn the nuts and bolts of the actual game, and do the expeditions, and you know, do all the crafting stations, and really level things up, and really get into the game properly, because I feel like this game is going to be around for a long time. But anyways, if you agree with me, leave a like. If you don't agree with me, leave a dislike. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Do you agree that the arc machines need to be lethal? They need to be scary. They need to be avoided or dealt with only if you're capable of dealing with them. They should never, ever become a thing where they can be dealt with without much thought. And I feel like I'm going to beat a dead horse. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here. But you can come find me. Like I said, I go live Monday through Friday on Rumble at 10 a.m. Central Time. I will be playing this game every single day. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I'll see you on the top side.